making sure children are healthy, safe, loved, ready to learn, succeeding in school and in life. This is Our Children, a program brought to you by the Children's Trust.
Good morning. I'm Ileana Varela with the Herbert Wertheim College of Medicine at FIU.
And I'm Jim Hodge, President and CEO of the Children's Trust. Together, we welcome you to Our Children.
You know, November is busy time for everyone. The Miami Book Fair is coming up. It's National Adoption Awareness Month. And with the holiday fast approaching, we want to take the time to reflect on some of the programs and people who are true champions for children in our community.
These are people and organizations you may not know, but you should. So today we're going to share these emotional stories, beginning with this year's recipient of the David Lawrence Jr. Champion for Children Award.
I am the type of person that if I see a wrong, I'm going to fight until I make it right.
Congresswoman Frederica Wilson has dedicated her life to fighting for those who have no one else in their corner. Throughout a career spanning more than 40 years, she has fought to save thousands of boys and young men from an uncertain future. As a school teacher and later the principal of Skyway Elementary, now Dr. Frederica Wilson Elementary, she saw firsthand the plight of young African-American boys who often had no male role models at home and no credible community advocates to fight for their well-being.
There was a growing trend of young men not necessarily being productive and contributing members of society.
I found out that they were angry, they were hurting, they had no father, not even a grandpa, who could teach them how to be good little boys.
Congresswoman Wilson says she learned to be an advocate from her father, a small business owner and one of the very first black homeowners in Liberty City, who instilled in her the will to help those who were less fortunate.
I came from a father who fought. I learned from him how to fight and how not to be afraid.
So she embarked in the fight of her life to help improve and save the lives of the boys she knew would have no chance otherwise.
She figured out that probably the best way to do that was to put some successful men in these young men's view and use them to motivate, to befriend, and hopes that that would change the overall culture and climate of their school experience, and found that it worked.
That was the genesis of the 500 African American Role Models of Excellence program, which began in 1992 and later went district-wide as the 5,000 Role Models of Excellence project when Wilson became a member of the Miami-Dade County School Board.
The big goal is to help all young men become good, strong husbands, number one. Then, and only then, good, strong fathers in our community.
She wants to help the children. She wants to make sure that they have an opportunity. They're not as statistics anymore, that they can see that they have a future.
But Wilson wanted a larger arena to fight in, so she set out to become a state legislator in Tallahassee, and ultimately was elected to the U.S. Congress, all the while keeping her eye on her mission. Tireless dedication caught the attention of President Barack Obama, who used the same 5,000 Role Models platform to institute My Brother's Keeper, a national initiative dedicated to ensuring that more black youngsters stay on track and succeed.
The president stood up and said, I want to create programs like Congresswoman Frederica Wilson's 5,000 Role Models of Excellence project in Miami-Dade County Public Schools.
Wilson's efforts have changed the course of thousands of young lives, like that of Isaiah Garbutt, a graduate of the program.
I've gained the confidence, and it's crazy because I would never speak to anyone, but now I can talk up and speak for myself, and I know where I want to be and I know where I'm headed.
Congresswoman Wilson chalks it all up to passion.
Passions are born within us. Some people are born with the passion for children. which I shamelessly adore.
Congratulations, Mom. I'm extremely proud of you. I've watched you work as hard as any human could possibly work to make this dream a reality.
Bringing about change is always a challenge, especially in the political arena. As you just saw, it requires a lot of patience, tenacity, and consensus building. State Senator Rene Garcia, this year's recipient of the Children's Trust Excellence in Public Policy Award, displayed all of those qualities and more in his efforts this year to combat sex trafficking.
There's a lot of children out there that unfortunately have no one to speak for them. And what better role for me to play than to try to help these children that don't have someone to speak up for them.
Senator Rene Garcia firmly believes government should be the voice for the voiceless. That's why he's challenged himself to live up to that ideal for more than 20 years. During the 2017 Florida legislative session, Garcia helped pass a bill that adds several key accountability and quality components to Florida's child welfare system, leading to better outcomes for children in foster care. He also authored and championed a bill that will help identify and rescue children who have fallen victim to human trafficking, a crisis in Miami-Dade County and across the nation.
The most recent bill that Senator Rene Garcia really championed was the one that expanded services for those children that are not necessarily under the care and control of the Department of Children and Family Services.
The new law will help more readily identify children who have fallen prey to traffickers and get them into treatment more quickly, increasing their chances of full recovery from physical and psychological trauma, something survivors like Shanika Ampaw applauds. She was prostituted from age 11 to 18. Now a nurse, Shanika mentors girls recovering from the streets.
It's requiring DCF to also pay attention to the people that's not in their system, and that would have counted as me. Because I came from a well-rounded home. I was an honor roll student. Like, there was no red flags that allowed anybody to call DCF.
Another component of the bill requires the Florida Board of Nursing to add a human trafficking course to its licensing requirements, so future nurses are trained to better identify victims and at-risk patients.
If we can use the nurses and train the nurses to identify these young individuals as being human trafficked, then we can get them into treatment a lot sooner and separate them from that situation that they're in.
It comes across people's path every day. When you're with your pimp, you just don't go and say, hey, I'm being prostituted by this man who I'm calling daddy. More professionals, they would know how to identify it.
The ultimate goal of this bill is to identify service gaps to make it harder for children and adolescents to land in the hands of traffickers.
Senator Rene Garcia became one of my go-to guys because anyone who knows Rene knows that he's a man of great heart and he knows how to get things done.
He is a tireless advocate for our children, and the entire community should appreciate that.
As a person that has been through it, I know that just those little changes can bring awareness that there's a kid out there that needs to come home. There's a girl, there's a boy out there that really needs to come home.
If there's such thing as a legacy or anything, I feel very proud of the work that I've been able to do in the last couple of years to try to bring a voice to these children.
I really do thank you for this. It's just the little things. I did not think so many people cared about sex trafficking.
There are many others who labor quietly with little fanfare and recognition. Andrea Fletcher is one of these people, giving her whole heart each and every day to lift up children with an incarcerated parent.
In the throes of darkness and despair, there is a beacon of light helping to bring hope to families in crisis. As a social worker, Andrea Fletcher has been helping families for more than 20 years. Her work with children of inmates through the Trinity Peacemakers Family Center provides a wide scope of services that is changing the lives of children with incarcerated parents.
Andrea is one of those unsung heroes because prison is full of shame for the whole family. When a family member goes to prison, everybody in the entire family does too.
The trauma experienced by a child with an incarcerated parent can affect their education, health, and social relationships, and puts them at a higher risk of one day going to prison themselves. Andrea is responsible for coordinating services like daycare, health care, food assistance, and more for families in crisis due to an incarcerated parent. Families like that of Kathleen Thorpe, who is raising her grandchildren because her son is in prison.
She's always doing something for some family. She's always doing something for my family.
Or the family of Alfornisha Jefferson, whose partner was in prison 7 years while she struggled through a health crisis.
I'm a breast cancer survivor, and I was going through surgery. She even worked out of getting someone to come to the home and help me out and to bring my son to camp.
I looked at children, and that's who we serve, children, no matter what the situation.
Andrea embodies the values and the guiding principles of the social work profession, always exhibiting an empathy for others that motivates every interaction with the families she serves.
She's our go-to person when it's like, oh my gosh, situation, because she knows how to marshal resources. Her heart is just pure gold. She sees the best in people, and you talk about firefighters or police officers running to a crisis. Andrea is a social worker who runs to a crisis.
Andrea is also responsible for coordinating prison bonding visits for children to be able to maintain relationships with the parents behind bars. Studies show this helps break the cycle of intergenerational incarceration.
A lot of the children that go to these trips and participate on these bonding visits, they would never have an opportunity to visit their parents. We have a lot of grandparents raising the grandchildren on limited income. So for them to make a trip like that is difficult.
Something that is helping inmate Charles Tyget to stay positive.
It motivates you to do right, to be able to put yourself in a situation where you don't have to be back in these blues again. Because like they say, we are better than the blues.
Andrea attributes the success of her work to building lasting relationships.
Without people like Miss Andrea, I don't know where we'll be right now.
Put any superlative by her name, incredible, fantastic. All those work for her.
Every day that I've ever known her for the 10 years, she's always been this way. She's a champion for children every day.
You've probably heard of the Alvin Ailey American Dance Theater, a revolutionary modern dance company founded in 1958, but you may not know about Ailey Camp Miami, which was awarded top honors by the Children's Trust as one of 3 programs of the year. Well, now you'll see why.
I think the key is fostering our youth and doing that for them, and having the community see it so that they are inspired to continue on fostering them. We all have to do it. It's a community, it's a village, it's not just us.
Deborah Magdalena has been creative communication instructor at Ailey Camp Miami for the past 6 years, and she is passionate about the work they do.
Okay, campus, now let's get information.
Every summer, around 100 children between the ages of 11 and 14 are offered the opportunity to learn a diverse range of dance forms from professional dancers in a world-class performance venue.
They're exposed to a world that they probably didn't even know existed or is and will be tangible for them.
The program requires no previous dance experience, and 60 to 70% of those selected to attend are considered at risk. The remaining students, who do well in school and have more positive self-esteem, serve as peer role models. Ailey Camp believes it has the ability to change a student's trajectory.
They take classes in West African, ballet, jazz, and also modern. But there's 2 primary classes that are really the focus of Ailey Camp Miami. It's our personal development class and our creative communication. While dance is the vehicle, personal development is the foundation of Ailey Camp Miami here at the Art Center.
What connects us all is understanding that we're all different, but we're here for a purpose.
And the results speak for themselves.
In 2016, Ailey Camp Miami was among only 12 creative youth programs in the country to receive the prestigious National Arts and Humanities Youth Program Award presented in our nation's capital.
To help teens.
That's when camper Genesio Johnson got the thrill of a lifetime by meeting First Lady Michelle Obama.
It's so important that our faculty and our staff are invested into our community, just like the Children's Trust is. So for us, we work with a lot of professionals in their own field and bring them together for this 6 weeks to give back to our children and youth and give them a little bit of what their profession is.
It's a great summer, and it's a great way for artists and dance teachers to give back. A lot of us came from really similar homes and neighborhoods as the campers that we're now teaching.
And from parents and students alike, praise of the program is universal.
I said, oh, okay, it's another dance camp, and it's absolutely the opposite. It is great all around.
The empowerment programs and the interactive activities, it's just a holistic approach to working with the children. I really like that.
The classes are really fun and the teachers are really nice. And it was real easy to make friends here.
It shows me who I really am, and it shows me to break out of the shell that I'm in, and it shows me to, like, you know, I'm me and nobody else is me, so.
I love Ailey Camp because it's fun, it has more than I expected, and it's something that I love very much.
We're dreamers. Yeah, we're dreamers. Yeah!
Programs that serve children with disabilities help children reach milestones that were once never thought possible. United Community Option runs the Unleashing Children's Potential program, which certainly lives up to its name. Here's one more program of the year.
Education is the bedrock of every society, and for many children outside the mainstream, special education is the stepping stone to climbing higher than they ever thought possible. At United Community Option's Early Beginnings Academy, children with all types of disabilities are receiving personalized education to help them reach their full potential, whatever that potential may be.
Our goal is to ensure that every child has access to help integrate them fully into society so that they can be functional, happy members of society that participate and contribute.
The program is funded in part by the Children's Trust and has been a steadfast leader in Miami-Dade County, providing comprehensive quality services to children and youth with and without disabilities from birth to 12 years of age. Their approach is family-centered, and it's making a direct, immediate impact in the lives of children and the families who love them. Like the family of Sarah Valverde, a spunky 8-year-old born with Down syndrome who started the program at age 3 and is now preparing to broaden her horizons.
It's a school that really helps the kids and really helps the parents. Sarah was taught here to potty train and how to feed herself. She learned how to write. She's beginning to read.
The curriculum is evidence-based, using the widely recognized high-scope approach that emphasizes participatory learning. They also utilize conscious discipline, a whole school solution for social-emotional learning, discipline, and self-regulation.
It's making the children feel very good about themselves. There are prescribed activities throughout the day. They're taught to look beyond themselves and to care about the other child.
Something that has changed the lives of mom Jacqueline Camacho and her son Xavier, who was diagnosed with autism.
He used to be very bashful and will hold back even in front of my loved ones. And now he gives high fives, he interacts with other kids.
Mom Riza Bauza also raves about what the program has done for her son Nicholas, who is developmentally delayed.
He's learned so much, from learning to sit still to blossoming in his love for music with the wonderful music therapies that they have here, the amazing staff.
The staff at UCO credits the Children's Trust with much of the growth and the success of their program.
We had dreams and aspirations for our program, and the Trust was a godsend. The Trust gave us that opportunity to add an after-school program and a summer program
Yet the key to their success also lies in knowing exactly what every child needs to thrive.
What they need from us goes beyond teaching them to read. What they need from us is a certain space to be who they are, a willingness to sit back and see what they are willing and able to do on any given day.
Knowing that my son has a disability, I feel that with this program he's going to integrate in society. He's going to fit right in, and it all has to do with the tools, everything that he's receiving here.
We all know entrusting your young children to strangers while you're at work can be a gut-wrenching experience. How do you choose the best place for your child? Well, there are a number of critical factors parents have to consider, but one thing's for sure. At this program of the year, parents know they've made the right choice. Spreading love and learning in the heart of South Dade, ABF Learning Center celebrates its 10th anniversary this year. The school was founded by longtime educator Rocio Leyva and serves a diverse population in Homestead, providing the highest quality bilingual education to young students from birth to kindergarten. Its name, which stands for A Better Foundation, says it all.
A Better Foundation just kind of fit what I was looking for, because we're working with really young children, and that's exactly what we're trying to do, create a foundation for these kids so that they have a love of learning.
The program is uniquely situated within walking distance from both the Chapman's Shelter for Families and the Homestead Air Force Base. It serves a mix of families from the shelter and families from the military, helping to foster a strong sense of community.
I was focusing on making sure that all of the children, no matter their income, are getting the best education that they can possibly have.
Air Force Chief Master Sergeant Cato Robinson brought his daughter, Anna Isabella, to ABF after her mother was deployed to Afghanistan.
Brought her here at 1 year old, and she has blossomed. It's tough as a military parent. However, you know, when you have a facility like this one, it's like dropping your kids off with another family member.
Just as ABF Learning Center serves as a bridge and a link in the community, that same sense of support and community is reflected within the program itself, something that Ms. Leyva works tirelessly to accomplish, earning rave reviews from parents and teachers alike.
Her standards are terrific. She works with the teachers. They love her, the kids love her. She's just splendid.
Ms. Leyva, she makes sure that we have the things that we need. She's very involved. If there's a problem in the classroom, she's very hands-on.
It's an excellent, excellent program.
Another part of ABF Learning Center's huge success is its voluntary participation in Quality Counts, Miami-Dade County's quality rating and improvement system for early childhood education programs funded by the Children's Trust in collaboration with the Early Learning Coalition.
Quality Counts and I have been together for a long time. I've been in business for 10 years, and I think I've been part of Quality Counts for about 9 years.
Among the many benefits they provide is increasing the qualifications of teachers.
They recompensate you for your classes that you take for education. When it comes to, like, if you're taking college classes, they pretty much cover that. So it helps if you want to further your degree in education, because they help you out with that.
Despite the challenges of working with populations that are transient and ever-changing, the staff makes every effort to build relationships with the children and their families, teaching them not only letters, numbers, and sounds, but also respect with love.
Spread the love. Spread the love. Spread the love. I am love. You are love. We are love. We are one.
It's our pleasure to bring these wonderful stories to light. For the past 15 years, the Children's Trust was blessed to be able to support so many wonderful programs with the help of taxpayer dollars.
On behalf of the Children's Trust and Jim Hodge, thanks for watching this edition of Our Children. Now we're going to leave you with the sights and sounds of this wonderful Champions for Children's Awards from this year. Bye-bye.
Look at this room. It is just packed with unbelievable members of our community.
It's an opportunity to honor the men and women who have made their life their top priority, our children.
There's no shortage of champions for children in our community.
This is like the Academy Awards. You are all champions for children. Just remember that they are our future.
I believe the children are our future.
It does take a village, and we are that village.
We believe there is an artist in every child.
I have the privilege of standing up here today, only as a representative of UCO and our families.
Our community is blessed to have the support that we have.
Thank you for continuing to be that voice for those children and those families that don't have one.
Thank you so much, Children's Trust. It's fabulous.
Our Children is brought to you by the Children's Trust. The Children's Trust invests in programs and services that help make children healthy, safe, loved, ready to learn, succeed in school and in life. To access its funded programs and services in Miami-Dade County, visit thechildrenstrust.org, because all children are our children.
Our parents always said education is important.
They wanted to make sure we got the right motivation and the right education.
Everything we needed to make college a reality.
Breakthrough Miami gave us all those things. It's a really fun way to learn.
Now, thanks to Breakthrough and the Children's Trust, I'm an engineering major at Miami-Dade College.
And I'm an engineering major at FIU.
To find out more about our programs and how you can get your children involved, log on to thechildrenstrust.org or call 211. The Children's Trust, because all children are our children.
Making sure she's happy and included is all I want. The program that Debbie was a part of at ARC, it really opened up her world. The ARC offered opportunities that she would have never had without them. Now she's healthy, happy, 9 years old, and I'm a very happy mommy, right, Debbie?
To find out more about our programs and how you can get your children involved, log on to thechildrenstrust.org or call 211, because all children are our children.
Every kid deserves the chance to succeed tomorrow. That's why the Children's Trust is investing in them today. To find a program for your child or learn more about what we can do for your family, log on to thechildrenstrust.org or call 211.